What's up and welcome back. I'm Clark Ken, the man of steel. Today, in the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn how to remove large dents out of a chrome metal bumper and a fender. Can the Paintless Dent Repair method pull big dents from a painted steel bumper? Let's see if I can keep these parts from going to the recycling center. I will be using some basic body shop techniques along with some PDR tools to remove this damage. If you're like me, you're going to get another dent in your vehicle. Consider subscribing. This video is sponsored by PDRBodybag.com. Do you like working on large crushed body panels? The new PDR body bag can dramatically reduce the time by simply placing the appropriate size bag within the panel on the sweet spot. Inflate the rechargeable handle electric pump. Now you have a hands-free experience by doing some additional knockdown work or glue pulling. The PDR bag can push large surface areas, dramatically reducing the time on the repair. Turn your long day into a short one. You can easily make your money back after the first repair. These bags are also a write-off. Go get your flex on. Go give PDRBodybag.com a look. Now, moving on to the repair. I'm creating this video for 2 subscribers that posted comments. Dent comment number 1. This comes from Fairgrounds Body Shop. Great work. I have been following you for a while now. I notice you do a lot of pull to paint panels. Can you pull to paint a metal bumper on a full-size truck? Dent comment number 2. This comment comes from Body and Paint. Can you pull to paint a steel painted bumper with PDR tabs? Can you pull a big chrome bumper? I've been on every dent channel and no one puts up football-sized dents on a steel bumper. So this will be a pull to paint in response to the 2 comments. The man of steel is definitely up for the challenge. Whenever there's 8 to 10 inches of damage on a bumper, most shops are going to replace it. However, I can get them cleaned up so you can use less filler. Let's start off with the tools I will be using. I will be using an auto body frame puller. If you don't have this, you can easily purchase a $50 come-along. A large PDR glue tab, hot glue gun, alcohol to remove the tabs, a Steck edge puller, a torch to quickly warm up the damage, 2 plastic head hammers, a flat bar, and a 24-inch double bend PDR bar, a PDR light to see the damage, a 10mm end impact drill, and last but not least, a leather PDR Knock Down. This is the first truck out of the 2. We have a full-size 2020 Chevrolet Silverado. The steel painted bumper has a clear bra. The customer went to multiple PDR shops and body shops. They all told him to replace and repaint. The paint shop estimates averaged $2,000. Have you ever tried removing a steel bumper that is loaded with sensors? My first estimate to do R&I on the bumper and get it close to perfect would be $2,000. My second estimate, no R&I, just pull the dent 80 to 90%. In other words, a pull to paint. Since the other PDR guys said they couldn't fix it, he jumped on my $500 offer. I told him it would not be perfect. If you want it perfect, it's going to be $2,000. His response, he'll be happy with the results. Looking at the steel bumper, the dent is roughly an 8x10. I told the customer he will need to replace the clear bra. I'm going to pull through and rip the clear bra right off. Step number 1, I'm going to start by warming the bumper with heat, then squeeze hot glue onto a PDR tab. Then I'm going to place it to the left side of the dent. Next, I'm hooking the cable and chain. Then I will pull it tight. When I pull thick gauge bumpers, I pull till the tab pops off. Time for pull number 2. Another round of heat and PDR tab. I'm just repeating the steps in step number 1. However, this time I'm moving the tab over 3 inches. I hook the eye bolt, I pulled the chain tight, and you can see that dent is lifting nicely. I don't need to flex. The machine is doing all the pulling. Next step, step number 3. Again, I'm repeating what I did in step number 1. Here is the final pull. So I just answered both comments. Yes, you can pull to paint steel bumpers with PDR tabs. I just made $500 in less than 1 hour on this pull to paint steel bumper. Next, we're looking at a full-size Dodge truck. It has $2,700 of damage, broken paint, and a broken headlight. The tire is pointed straight. The chrome bumper should line up with the wheel. This minor collision pushed in all 3 panels. The deepest section is in the chrome. Can the man of steel save this chrome bumper from going to the recycling center? The floor puller is in place and chained to the floor posts. Here is tip number 1. Placing tape on the steck edge puller, it helps preventing scratches in the chrome. The puller is hooked to the edge of the bumper. The air compressor is on and the air is hooked. Now, pulling the chain tight, ready for my next big pull. For safety measure, I'm throwing in the towel. The entire vehicle is moving sideways. Next, I'm knocking down the crown. This will help release the dent. Next, moving on to the fender. This is a push to paint. The paint was already broken from impact. Squeezing hot glue to the tab. Next, placing it to the fender. Now I'm pulling the chain tight. Now I'm making my next pull. You can see the bottom section moved out nicely. You can see the steel fender lines up with the painted plastic and with the chrome. 2 simple pulls in 30 minutes. Here is the before and the after. A quick squirt of alcohol and off pops the tab. Next, I'm going to line up the fender edge, warming it up with heat, using a hammer to line up the edge. Now the fender is taking shape. Next, I'm going to the back side of the body panel with a paintless dent removal bar to push out the remaining dent. The clear coat does not have to be perfect since it is a push to paint. Now I'm using a blending hammer in conjunction with a flat bar. I'm removing the high crown around the dent and bringing up the low area. The sound deadening on the backside slowed me down a little. However, I just pushed through it. Next, I'm cross-checking, knocking down more of the crown. Now I just did a 180 pivot, cross-checking with my PDR bar and light. Lifting up the hood. Next, I'm going to line up the fender by loosening 3 10mm bolts. I flip the switch on my impact. Next and final step, I'm putting the fender liner back along with a couple of screws. Before I show you the final results, I'm going to plug my next 2 videos. I will be using the best process and practice, the PDR method. I will show you step by step how to repair large, deep, wrinkled dents in my next 2 clips. Here is the final results. This was a pull to paint originally, so it doesn't have to be perfect. The customer was really happy. He's going to go home and do his own little touch-up. This repair took me 3 hours. It was a quick $1,200 before lunch. I want to personally thank those 2 subscribers that posted those 2 comments. And I want to thank all of you for tuning into my channel. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in my next video. You guys keep crushing it. I will see you in my next clip.